Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the Sentinel Fighting Armor War Machine. Now, I'm always happy to add another War Machine in my collection. There's no doubt about that. So there is a particular bias here because I love War Machine. But I do have my gripes with the Sentinel Fighting Armor line in general. Between the price point and the lack of accessories and the tons of reuse, I have a bit of a problem with the fact that War Machine is probably the most unique right now. I believe between him, Black Panther, and I think like Loki and Wolverine. Actually, yeah, everything is like a bunch of reuse. But at least with War Machine, they put a nice spin on it. It's actually pretty close to what happened in the comics, but I'm just wishing that there was a bit more to add on. The fighting armor line is superposable. There's die-cast points. It looks utterly fantastic and functions great too, but the true lack of accessories to add on to certain characters really does bum me out. So, with all of that being said, let's jump into the video. First things first, here's our look. And again, like I said, there is a ton of reuse in the entire midsection, from the lower torso parts to the legs and the feet. Now, everything else here is pretty much going to be new on War Machine, as we had that heavy duty look to it. For real, for real. We have a new armor shaded plus, new armor chest plate. We have new shoulders. We have awesome new gauntlets and new lower thighs, as well as a new armored face. I don't know if you can see this on War Machine, but our plate is different here, which is pretty cool. So like I said, this is probably one of the more unique ones. Now, in terms of our articulation on this guy, even with our heavy diecast, our shoulders can move out. We can pretty much hit almost a T-pose, right? Arms can't go all the way up, but you still can service yourself by lifting your arms up. You still have bicep swivel, and we still are double jointed, right? As far as our ab crunch goes, we have a beautiful crunch going forward. We can move backwards. We can actually tilt as well too. So there's tons of articulation here, like I said, on the Sentinel fighting line. As far as our legs, we have a drop down method, which allows for room and movement. Our joints are actually very tight to allow it to hold up the die-cast parts, as you can see here. We have a beautiful double joint. Our knee guard can come in and can go outward for protection. We have a toe pivot. We have an outward piece here, and we do have beautiful, beautiful ankle pivot as well. So, as far as movement goes, War Machine is amongst the line where Sentinel does crush it at, which is going to be articulation. 9 times out of 10, they really do a good job of trying to hit a lot of the crazy movement points, and I am here for that, right? And then there's failures, you know, but you try to do your best. Everybody does. Well, at least I believe that in people, right? So then when we look at the articulation of even just posing up War Machine like this, right? We have an excellent look. But then we can do flight poses that shows him kind of getting nitty and gritty, right? So we got some turnaround pose here. We can do the favorite flight and shoot. There's lots of cool poses you can get. And in terms of flight poses, I don't think any of that is going to be an issue for this War Machine armor. As you can see here, looking up is not an issue as well. Getting that nice flight movement. Even when you push the leg articulation in and rotate, look at that. Now we have a Leonardo Manco cover from like that 2008 run, looking utterly fantastic. But again, it's like I said, we lack the accessories. So with all of this, he does come with a really nice feature, which I'm going to show you right now, which is probably really dope because it actually made me think to myself, like, okay, this is kind of cool, right? We have these, I don't know what I'm going to call them, gauntlet chompers, giant claws, it doesn't matter. He actually come with these giant, I'm going to call them service rescue claws or attack pincers. Whatever it is you want to call them, it is there to be called that. You can actually flip these around where the hand is, and you have these. They actually are on both ends, looking utterly fantastic. And they're fully adjustable, so you can adjust how wide you want them. See that? Like I said, it's on both sides. So even if you just wanted like the upper ones on, like upper fangs, You can have them on while you have your Gatling guns here on the side. And again, this reminds me of that 2008 run when Rhodey passed and became a cyborg and was looking really cool and crazy, doing a lot of cool stuff. So yes, we have a nice variable here. Now with all of that, accessory wise, we do get, and like I said, this will be a pretty short video, it's pretty easy. Accessory wise, we will get our backpack piece, which we have a railgun and we have micro missile launchers. This will plug in directly on his back. And you can lift by rotating over. Let's actually back up just a little bit. You can actually rotate it left and right as well too. So there's on a swivel and a double hinge. You can actually rotate that and get it out of his way as well too. But yeah, man, I am, ooh, these battle claws, man, I'm here for that. I just really love the battle claw look. It just reminds me of the 2008 comic, which I utterly had a fantastic time reading. And then even just simply posed up, he looks great. But even with our hand accessories, we will get only a right salute hand. Right? A right salute hand. We will get 2 open action hands. Or repulsor blast hands, as you would say. And then you have designated open flight / repulsor hands, depending on how you want to go about using these set hands. And then, as always, with most of the Sentinel stuff, if not all of it, you will get a stand as well. With all that being said, it's a quick and easy video to just knock out, showing off this war machine. Now what I am going to do is, I'm going to take some time to wrap up and show you what it looks like next to other war machines as well as other lines. So, I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright guys, now we're going to jump into the size comparison. This one's a little funny because it's guys in armor. So, you know, you just kind of got to fit it where you want it to. But I guess the first thing we can do is compare to the original fighting armor that kicked off the line, which is going to be Iron Man. And here we are with Iron Man looking pretty naked, but War Machine still looks a little bit smaller, which is crazy. But as you can see what I was talking about here with those reused parts, overall it doesn't bother me because the War Machine armor was designed by Tony Stark originally to begin with. So I feel like this is okay, but it's just weird that he ended up a little bit shorter. So I didn't understand that. But yeah, so let's move you out of the way. Let's have some fun and compare to some War Machine armors from other lines. So here is the Marvel Legends, the War Machine model. And as you can see, the Marvel Legends is actually bigger, which is pretty crazy. Then we have the Revolve-Tech War Machine. This is based off both a comic accurate armor and an MCU armor. A nice blend between the two. And then here we have an MCU armor. Maybe I can zoom out just a little bit. As you can see, SHF is still the smallest, but you have your bunch of different variations. And if you want to do some remote stuff like Tony Stark does, War Machine does have the ability to do that now in the comics because he's have a living metal armor, he has a nanobite armor, and he has remote armors now as well. So there's a ton of cool things that you can go through with that. Kind of make it worth your while. Have some fun. Next up, we can compare to some other stuff. So here we are with Spymaster, the Marvel Legends. So you can see the Sentinel stuff will pretty okay with the Marvel Legends stuff, especially because it's a buggy cat body. Here we are with Rollout. This is on a Valorverse body, the Night Brigade. Here we are with Evil Sensei Itami, having a good old jolly time from Articulated Icons. Then we have a Mezco Me on a Gomez body. Oop. Still gotta find a way to balance these tables. But yeah, as you can see, War Machine kind of fits in. I don't mind him being a little bit smaller, but it does work out when you're trying to do cool stuff, right? Let's remove these guys. Next up, we can do a G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. Oh, bonus, in case you were wondering, because this will probably come out after the Mafex review. So here we are with the Mafex Iron Man. I happen to still have him out while I work on this. So here we are with the Mafex Iron Man. Here we are with a Mythic Legions, Lord Bedrick. Bedrick or Bardrick, I am unsure at this point. So you can see how these guys line up as well. Let's remove this bit. Last but not least, we'll do my main man Kuga, also an SHF. I know we had that War Machine in there earlier, but as you can see, Kuga doesn't look crazy much smaller, but still smaller. And I think that about rounds it up for these guys. Overall, I am happy to always add a new War Machine to my list of things that I want War Machine, so I'm okay with this. I just really wish there was at least like a missile accessory or maybe more weaponry, like maybe some add-ons. But I just feel like it's a little light for somebody that's calling himself a War Machine. But yeah, still, I'm very happy with the armor though. It does look great. I don't know what it is, but when War Machines are done, it's almost like they are instantly cooler, even with a simple paint design. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But I do want to say thank you as always. I appreciate you guys always coming through and watching my stuff. Always a big thanks to the fans, followers, subs, non-subs, whoever it is that is watching, all that good jazz. Because I don't really have a way of saying this. The only thing that's pretty much scripted in this is the part where I go, be good, do good, and drink your water, guys. Later.